Hello, good morning, investors and corporate. Welcome to Digital Roadshow Third Quarter 2024 Performance Review. This section will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. Company will start the section by 30-minute presentation, followed by 15-minute Q&A. And during Q&A, investor may leave your question in meeting room chat box or use raise your hand function. We will open your microphone so you can ask the question to the company directly. So may I now invite PTT Exploration and Production Public Company Limited to start the presentation.
Good morning, investors. Thank you for joining the Digital Roadshow with PTTEP. First of all, allow me to introduce our management and myself. Here with me is Khun Sermsak Satchawanakul, our Senior Vice President from Finance Division. And myself, Lalida from Investor Relations Team. Today, Khun Sermsak will go through the company overview and strategy, and then I will give you some color on the business update and touch a bit on the financial result, including the financial outlook. Without further ado, let me hand the floor over to Khun Sermsak.
Good morning, thank you for joining us, and welcome to the update of our company performance over the past 9 months. Okay, next. Yeah, we can go to okay, this slide. Okay, start talking with the previous slide. Okay, start talking with the company strategic roadmap. We remain 3 strategy pillars as mentioned earlier. The first one is the drive value. The second one is decarbonize, and the third one is the diversification. Okay, PTTEP remain 2 objectives of operation. The one hand, as a national oil company, we ensure and to enhance the national energy security. And on the other hand, as an international oil company, we are expanding our international growth to create long-term value. And to achieve this mission, we have to focus and bolster 3 actions. Especially on the focusing on the increasing of production capacity, as well as developing the existing development projects, especially those with the discovered petroleum resources. And the second action is also, expanding our growth in our strategic country and strategic area. Basically in the Southeast Asia and also in Middle East. And the last one, this is the most challenging during the existing competitive environment, especially in the oil and gas upstream businesses. So we have to focusing on the continuous reducing costs to the operational improvement and development areas, especially in Gulf of Thailand and Malaysia area, whereby we have mature field and the aging facilities. Okay, those are the key action that we have to achieve for the right value strategy. For the second one is the decarbonization. With our aim to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emission by 2050. So we need the government support, especially on the clear role and regulations. And we have, initiative, with the carbon capture storage or CCS execution in our producing projects as well. Okay, another is the greenhouse gas reduction initiative mainly on the field operation attempt, try to have the facility to absorb both the carbon dioxide and methane absorption. Okay, and also initiative to prioritize on the offsetting, which is the fit for purpose. Okay, and lastly, for the diversification, okay, we have to seek the new opportunity to invest in the new businesses. As you can see recently that, we acquired the offshore wind energy in Scotland, and also have the hydrogen businesses in the Middle East. Okay, and also we continue to seek opportunity to grow in the AI and robotic venture business as well. So all these three strategy pillars, need to be achieved with the three key enablers, with mainly, as the future workforce development and also technology, together with the digital transformation, which help us, to improving operational excellences through the subsurface initiative, along with the construction engineering, well dealing, and well services, including the business supports as well. So we remain, to remain robust on embracing the energy transition. Okay, next cut. So as you can see, at the national oil company, okay, we have to secure energy in our country, and PTTEP next year will reach the 40 year of operational, okay, over 4 decades. You can see on the stack graph on the right hand side that recently Thailand, the country gas supply has the capacity of the 4,800 million standard cubic feet a day. Okay, which mainly come from the three components. The first component is the light blue color, with comprise about 59%, mainly from the domestic Gulf of Thailand supply. Okay, the second portion, 10% is from Myanmar, and we cannot avoid, to import the LNG for the 31%, to reach the all the gas demand. Okay, so PTTEP, have to secure the two portion, the light blue color and the dark blue color, mainly in Thailand, in Myanmar. And as you can see that the line, the line in the light blue color represent our growth over the past 4 years. We have increased our gas supply, from 40% and to reach 80% recently. Okay, and for the Myanmar, we have two projects, Sodika and Yadana. Okay, which we have to maintain the production. Okay, even though you can see the declining of the curve, in these two areas. So we aim to invest more and to drill more wells, to maintain supply on to the Thailand countries. Okay, next. As the international oil company, as you the graph below in the dark blue color is the gas supply, which you can see in according to the 5-year plan. You can see the gas supply in Gulf of Thailand quite stable. So we have to increase the production from international. Okay, from the current production capacity of 700,000 barrels of oil a day, as you can see in the pie chart. So 68% come from domestic and 32% from international. Okay, in the next 5 years, so we cannot avoid, to grow our production from international. Okay, that we forecast that in the next in 2028, international supply, international production will reach about 45%, and our existing international asset, we invest in the 11 countries and 34 PSC and concessionaire. Next cap. Okay. So today I would like to focus on the Middle East hub, mainly in the Oman and UAE. Okay, which our strategy is to speed up our exploration project and scale up our development project, as well as synergize the existing JV partner in our Oman project as well. Okay, so start with the exploration and development project. Okay, in UAE, we have acquired and got the license in the 3 offshore project of UAE. Mainly it's offshore 1, offshore 2, and offshore 3. This is the offshore field, on the east of the Abu Dhabi. Okay, talking about the offshore 1, we still on the exploration project, which need to explore more to assess the petroleum resources there. Okay, and on the UAE offshore 2, recently we have the gas field named Waset, which we got the field development plan approved by the government. Okay, in September this year. So we expect to have the project FID soon. Okay, and on the offshore 3, we have the concession called the Gacha project, which we just acquired 10% stake. Okay, the project has already made the final investment decision and expects that to start the production in next year, in 2025, and also in 2028. Okay. Then in the Oman project, okay, we have the joint venture partner in the Block 6, which mainly the biggest oil project there, and also the Block 61, okay, which mainly is a gas production project. Okay, and in both Middle East hub strategy, we not only have the upstream project, but also we have the midstream, which are the Abu Dhabi gas processing project in UAE, and also the Oman LNG complex as well. So upstream and midstream petroleum project, will enhance our expansion and also created the long-term value to our portfolio. Okay, that is basically, in the Middle East hub strategy to us. Okay, cut.
Thank you, ค่ะ คุณเสริมศักดิ์ Moving on to the next slide, I'd like to give you an information on the Eastern Thailand CCS hub. PTTEP collaborates with the flagship companies of the PTT group to conduct a feasibility study on the carbon storage potential in the northern Gulf of Thailand around the EEC or the Eastern Economic Corridor. This project aims to reduce the carbon dioxide emissions from the PTT group operational site in Rayong and Chonburi province, as well as the nearby industry areas using the CCS technology. So the CCS is one of the promising pathways that could substantially reduce the carbon emission from the industry and support Thailand's net zero greenhouse gas emission goals. So moving on to the next slide, we'll give you a brief of the role of each company and how PTTEP fits in this value chain. So as the CCS process is generally a reverse process of the E&P. So let's start with the upstream part. PTT and other flagship companies as a carbon emitters will place in the upstream. They will invest in the carbon capture technology, and then the carbon that have been captured will transport to a collection terminal. In the midstream, in the middle, PTT will invest and develop infrastructure for the collection terminal and other facility to receive the carbon dioxide from the emitters and transport it to the offshore storage. PTT will also work with the government to unlock necessary regulatory frameworks and ensuring the smoothness and operation for the CCS hub. And in the downstream part, for PTTEP, we invest in the offshore storage infrastructure in the northern Gulf of Thailand. The captured carbon dioxide will be re-injected to underground area. And moving on to the next section, which is the business update. So in the past 9 months, PTTEP has played an important role in promoting the country energy security. We ensure continuous natural gas production through the various projects under our operations. And we also create the growth overseas as well. The following are some of the successful projects undertaken by us in the past 9 months. So let's start with the G161 project or AR1. It successfully ramped up the production capacity to 800 million scf per day in March 2024. Currently, the company is continuing to install new wellhead platform and drill additional production wells to maintain the production levels. So the second project is the Gacha concession, which is a large natural gas field. PTTEP recently acquired a 10% stake, and it was officially complete in June 2024. The project is currently in the development phase and is expected to start the production in 2025. The next one for Abu Dhabi Offshore 2 project or the Waset field. As Kun Sermsak already mentioned a little bit, PTTEP received an approval from the government authorities in September for the Field Development Plan or FDP. So the FID is expected between the late of 2025 to the early of 2026. And the last one, the Sea Green offshore wind farm project. The acquisition was completed in May 2024, resulting in the PTT holding an indirect 25.5 stake in this project. For this project, the commercial electricity production have commenced in October last year. And in the third quarter of 2024, the electricity production proceeding according to plan. Now, let me show you on the overview of our portfolio, including both E&P business and the new business. So let's start with the E&P business. We have over 50 projects in 12 countries. Our home base is in Thailand, accounting for around 69% of the total sale volume. The key projects are G161 or Erawan, G261 or Bongkot, Artit, and Contract 4. And the next region in Southeast Asia, the average sale volume is around 19%, mainly in Myanmar and Malaysia. So we have 3 producing projects in Malaysia and 2 in Myanmar. Additionally, there are several projects during development and exploration phase in Malaysia, including the SK410B or Lang Leba project. For the update of this project, we are in the finalizing phase of the construction tender, so there will be more clarity on the FID timeline in early next year. And in the Middle East, specifically in Oman and UAE, the average sale volume is 10%. The major producing project include PDO Block 6 and Oman Block 61. Both projects are in Oman. We also have a number of exploration projects in UAE, as Khun Samsak already mentioned. And these 3 areas with 5 countries, which are Thailand, Malaysia, Myanmar, UAE, and Oman, are the company's strategic areas. We also have a presence in Africa as well, namely in Algeria, with the major producing project, namely Algeria Hassi-Barrakesh and Algeria Berseba. And in Africa region, we have the LNG project in Mozambique as well. As the situation in the Mozambique is getting better, currently the operator and the partners are assessing the situation following the change of the military force to determine for the re-entering to the site. So the target of the first LNG cargo is expected to be in the duration from the 4th quarter of 2028 to the 1st quarter of 2029. On the new business front, we have the target of the CAPEX allocation by 10% for the new business to support the energy transition. We currently have the project in 3 regions in the light purple area. So allow me to start in Thailand. We are scaling up the AI and Robotic Venture Company, or the ARV, and expand its customer base. While our first solar project at Phitsanulok province has already operated since July last year, the electricity generated from the solar project is off-taken to the S1 project. In the Middle East, we have the green hydrogen project in Oman. We collaborate with the South Korea and French partner and was awarded concession block for the business development and production of a full integrated the green hydrogen project. Currently, the project is in the progress of the technical and feasibility study. And lastly, in Europe, the acquisition of the Sea Green offshore wind farm in Scotland has just recently announced at the end of last year. And this investment is the major milestone for us in expanding the investment into the clean energy business. So the project itself has a total production capacity of approximately 1.1 gigawatt. And upon the completion, which already take place in June this year, we indirectly hold 25.5 stake in this project. So move to the next slide. Let me give you a bit more color on the new business as well as the ESG progress. So as part of our diversified strategy, which focuses on the investing in the new business, the company has undertaken the following key activity. So start off with the first project for the Sea Green offshore wind farm. The transaction was already completed, and in the third quarter of 2024, the project electricity production proceeded as planned. And the next project is the green hydrogen project in Oman, is currently in the phase of the wind and solar potential assessment, as well as conducting a feasibility study to determine the amount of the required capital expenditure and the economic return. And the next one is Explore Venture, is what established as a CVC or corporate venture capital entity to invest in the future energy technology. So in the past quarter, Explore Venture participated in the Series D funding round for a fusion energy technology development project based in the US. And move to the right-hand side for the CCS project. As I already mentioned in the previous slide, that PTTEP collaborate with the flagship company. We have issued a comprehensive white paper outlining the process of the Eastern Thailand CCS hub. And in the third quarter of 2024, PTTEP, together with the PTT Group flagship, engaged with the key regulatory bodies to discuss the regulatory challenges and the constraints. And for the ESG progress, through the greenhouse gas emission management across the three areas, which are avoid, mitigate, and offset. In the third quarter of 2024, PTTEP achieved a 22.7% reduction in greenhouse gas emission intensity compared to 2020 baseline. This translates into a cumulative reduction of approximately 3.75 million tons CO2 equivalent. So the company has set the target of the net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, and the interim target to reduce the emission intensity by 30% by 2030. At least 30% by 2030 and 50% by 2040 compared to 2020 baseline. And move to the last section of for today, which is the financial result. So start off with the financial result in the third quarter of this year. So looking at your left-hand side, which is the Q1Q performance. For the third quarter, the net profit was reported at $511 million, decreased from the second quarter by 22%. The profit from normal operation declined by 147 million, mainly due to a 6% lower sale volume from the planned maintenance shutdown in domestic project in Gulf of Thailand. while the unit cost was also higher by 13%, mainly from the higher OPEX following the planned shutdown and the DD&A. Looking at the loss on the non-operating item, it is insignificantly in this quarter. It was reported at 9 million on the loss side, compared with the loss at 14 million in the second quarter this year. And on the right-hand side, for the year-to-date performance, for the 9 months 2024, PTTEP had a net profit at 1,688 million, which was nearly the same level at 9 months 2023 that we reported the net profit at 1,694 billion. The profit from normal operation increased slightly, mainly from the sale volume growth at 6% from the G161 project that reached 800 million scf per day, as well as the increase in stake in the Yanada project after the partner withdrawal. However, the unit cost rose significantly by 9% from the higher DD&A and OPEX. And the losses on the non-operating item was higher as well. In the 9 months of 2024, the main reason was the asset write-off at 58 million from the Oliver Field in Australia and the Mexico Block 29 project, while there were no transaction in the 9 months of 2023. And moving on next to the cash flow and the financial position. In terms of the profitability, we continue maintaining the EBITDA margin at 74% at the end of the third quarter of 2024. And in terms of the liquidity, we have cash on hand around 4 billion, slightly increased from the end of last year. The cash inflow from operation was positive at 5.9 billion, while the cash outflow mainly from the investing activity. The cash outflow was also from the tax pay and around 1.4 billion, as well as the dividend payment around 1 billion. And our financial position is healthy. And for the debt profile, we are able to maintain the low debt to equity ratio at 0.25 times compared to the policy at 0.5 times. And the cost of debt is around 3.9%. Our interest rate is fixed at 100%, so the fluctuations in the interest rates do not have the material impact on our performance. So come to the last slide for the financial outlook in this year. The full year sale volume is expected to be around 500 kBOED, increase around 8% from last year. So this guidance is reflected the production ramp up of the G161 project to 800 million scf per day, as well as a higher participating interest in the Yanada project after our partner has withdrawn. Looking at the gas price, is it likely to be at $5.9 per MMBTU for the year of 2024, following the gas price adjustment cycle. And the unit cost should be in the range of $29 to $30 per BOE, a little higher than the previous guidance at $28 to $29 per BOE. This reflects the unit cost in the third quarter of 2024, which was rather high. For the EBITDA margin, is expected to stable within the range of 70 to 75%.
The section has come to an end. So on behalf of the Stock Exchange of Thailand, I would like to thank you investors and corporate for joining the conference. We look forward to welcoming you all again in the next quarter. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณนะคะ
Thank you.
Thank you ครับ